Dear students, Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the class. I am your teacher M.Awais Kashmiri. Dear students, in the previous lecture, we discussed kinds of sentence on the basis of meanings. That what kind of sense do these sentences give? And today our topic would be kinds of sentence on the basis of structure. Dear students, in our daily life, we talk to each other mostly in the form of sentences. So today we are going to discuss that how these sentences are structurally formed. Actually, sentences on the basis of structure are of different kinds. Let us take a few examples. Look at the sentence number 1. You can pass the test. Sentence number 1 is you can pass the test. Sentence number 2. The weather is hot today. The weather was hot yesterday. If we combine these two sentences, we can say that the weather is hot today and it was hot yesterday too. So, the third sentence, I think you can pass the test if you study hard. So, dear students, we have seen three different kinds of sentences. Some sentences are very simple to understand. The second one is structurally different from the first one and is a long sentence. And the third sentence is a bit different from the first two. So, dear students, before going towards the kinds of sentence on the basis of structure, you need to understand the concept of clauses. The concept of clauses. So, dear students, look at the example in on the given page. The sentence is you can learn English if you study hard. You can learn English if you study hard. The sentence contains two parts. Number 1, you can learn English, and the second part is if you study hard. So the above sentence consists of two clauses. How many clauses? Two clauses. Number 1, the single underline here that you can learn English. You can learn English, it is the first part of the sentence and it is an independent or coordinate clause. So now what is an independent or coordinate clause? Independent clause is that part of the sentence which can stand alone, which we can use as a sentence. And the second part, if you study hard, this is an dependent clause. It depends upon the first clause. You can learn English. It is an independent clause because it can stand alone. And if you study hard is a dependent clause because it cannot stand alone. So dependent clause has a subject and a verb and it makes part of a sentence. Dependent clause has a subject and a verb and it makes a part of a sentence. However, it cannot stand as a sentence itself. Now look again, if you study hard. In this sentence, you is the subject and study is the verb. Though it completes the content of the sentence, but it cannot stand alone as a sentence. So it is dependent clause. Now the first part, you can learn English. Now here you is the subject and learn is the verb, but it is a complete sentence. So it is independent clause. So independent clause is that clause which can stand alone. Independent clause also has a subject and a verb, and it can stand as a sentence itself. It can stand as a sentence itself. Now look, if you study hard, if we remove this part of the sentence, now you can learn English can stand alone as a sentence. But if we remove you can learn English if you study hard, if you study hard. So if you study hard cannot stand as a sentence itself. Dear students, now we come back to the examples. Look at the example number 1. You can pass the test. You can pass the test. It has only one class and it is an independent class. It has only one class and it is an independent class. So students, we call such kinds of sentences as simple sentences. What? As simple sentences. So what is a simple sentence? A sentence which has only one independent clause. A sentence which has only one independent clause. So in the first example you can see that you can pass the test. It is only one class and is an independent class. It can stand alone. So now we have a number of examples. It is very hot in the afternoon. Rahim said goodbye to everyone. Every country celebrated the new year. Sarvakas teaches us Islamiyat. So all these sentences are simple sentences. Now students, look at the second example. The weather is hot today. The weather is hot today. It is one sentence. The weather was hot yesterday. Now these are two simple sentences, mean these are two independent clauses. Now if we combine these two sentences and make one sentence, so it would be the weather is hot today and it was hot yesterday too. So now we combine these two clauses, these two independent clauses with the help of a conjunction. And is a conjunction. So the weather is hot today and it was hot yesterday too. So we combined two independent clauses and made one sentence. So students, here we combine two independent clauses. Which clauses? Independent clauses. Now you can see that the weather is hot today is one clause which is independent, and it was hot yesterday too. It is a second clause which is also an independent clause. So such kinds of sentences are called compound sentences. So what is a compound sentence? A sentence which has two or more independent or coordinate clauses. Independent clauses are also called coordinate clauses. A sentence which has two or more independent or coordinate clauses and have been combined by conjunctions. Conjunctions can be and, but, or, etc. is called a compound sentence. So in the given examples you can see that two independent clauses are joined together with the help of a conjunction. So now look at the third sentence. Look at the third sentence. I think you can pass the test if you study hard. Now you can pass the test. It is one independent clause. If you study hard, it is a second clause. Now students, look here. I think, which is underlined, which is double underline. So I think is a main clause. I think is a main clause which subordinates, which joins you can pass the test with itself, and if you study hard also with the you can pass the test. So students, complex, it is a complex sentence. So such sentences are called complex sentence, and complex sentences can be defined as a sentence which has one independent clause and two or more subordinate clauses is called complex sentences. Or we can say that a sentence which has one main clauses and two or more than subordinate clauses. So here the word I think is the main clause. You can pass the test if you study hard. In here we have two subordinate clauses. So students, you can see three more examples here of complex sentences. So dear students, today we have discussed what is a clause. So we have basically two different kinds of clauses. Number one, independent clause, which can stand as a sentence alone, and dependent clause which cannot stand as a sentence alone. And then we went for the kinds of sentences on the basis of structure. So structurally the sentences are of three kinds. Number one, simple sentences which has only one independent clause, and number two, compound sentences which has two independent clauses joined together with the help of a conjunction. And number three, complex sentences which has a main clause and two or more subordinate clauses. Actually students, we use these sentences in our daily life. So what is your homework? You should make 5 sentences of each kind. Means make 5 sentences as simple sentences, 5 sentences as compound sentences, and 5 examples of complex sentences, and send it to me. Thank you.